right. Good evening, everybody. It's so good to be back on yet another episode of HSM Talks. And I hope all of you who are listening to me, we are way upward of 120 already. All of you who are listening to me are doing absolutely safe and sound. And I hope each one of your family members are doing good during these unprecedented times. I do not like to call it difficult times because I learned it really well in time that these are different times, not difficult times, and it's all about choice of words. So I just hope that each one of you is well, taking all the precautions, stepping out only when required, following social distancing norms, sanitizing your hands, and wearing face masks, because the only way we can save the world is by saving ourselves. Today, on this edition of HSM Talks, we will be talking to yet another university from a very beautiful country called Canada. And it's my privilege to tell you that today my guests are going to talk about not just Canada, but about their university, which is located in the Westdale neighborhood of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. A beautiful campus of 300 acres, absolutely scenic. This university is ranked among the world's top 75 universities by Times Higher Education World University Rankings and offers courses in business, engineering, health sciences, humanities, sciences, and social sciences as well. It welcomes 100 and it welcomes students from 120 countries, so a pretty diverse, multicultural, multi-ethnic campus, and has four regional campuses: downtown Hamilton, Burlington, Kitchener, Waterloo, and Niagara. Without taking much time, it's my honor and privilege to welcome the representatives from McMaster University, Canada. Joining on your screen now is Sherry and Eileen. How are you guys?
Hello.
Hi, I'm good, thanks. Nice to meet you all.
Super awesome. All right, quick introduction for both of you, one by one. Sherry, why don't you go ahead?
Hi, my name is Sherry McCollin. I am a recruitment and academic advisor for the Faculty of Science here at McMaster University. I did 2 degrees here, so I've spent a lot of time, and I've been working here for about 20 odd years, so quite familiar with our campus.
Wonderful. So from a student to a university representative, we will definitely use that insight and ask you some random questions now. Eileen, over to you.
Hi, my name is Elaine Koski, and I'm from the Faculty of Engineering. I'm also a McMaster alumnus, so you can ask me questions about the campus as well. And I'm really excited to be here to talk about careers in engineering.
Super awesome. All right. So I will not ask you both about your campus. I'll rather ask you questions about student experience at McMaster, because that's one thing I'm a big fan about. I keep on telling all the parents and students who follow me that you do not have to just look at the rankings. You do not have to just look at the academics. You also have to look at what is your child doing and what is the student doing apart from studying on the campus. Are there enough activities engaging the student there? But before we go there, my first question to both of you, and whoever wants to take it, take it. Why McMaster? Why should I actually suggest my audience to go for McMaster?
I'll start, why not? I chose McMaster because it is an absolutely beautiful campus. It's a pedestrian campus, so there's no, there's buses and stuff on campus, but you can't drive your car on campus. So it's small enough that you can, walk from class to class and get there on time, but it's still large enough that you get a good, campus feel. It is lovely. There's old buildings, there's new ones. It's, you get a great education. I did my degree here and then I stayed. There was no good reason to leave McMaster. It's beautiful, loved it, and I'm still here 20 odd years later.
300 acres is definitely not a very small campus.
That includes, we have this thing called Coop's Paradise. It's like a wilderness over there. So there's lots of walking trails. So the buildings are close enough for your, for your classes, but you can venture off. There's bike trails. There's things you can do.
Awesome, Sherry. Eileen, my question to you is, you are representing Faculty of Sciences. please tell me what all programs are available for the undergrad students specifically to explore in your department.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm actually here from the Faculty of Engineering, and Sherry's here from Science. But we two faculties are very closely linked. We have lots of excellent students, interested in STEM education here at McMaster. And in both of our faculties, we actually have multiple programs. So there's something for everyone, no matter what you're interested in studying. So specifically in the Faculty of Engineering, we have an engineering program. We also have a computer science program. We have a Bachelor of Technology program with three different streams. We have automation, automotive, and biotech as well. And then last but not least, we also have an integrated biomedical engineering and health sciences. So that's all within just the Faculty of Engineering. So that's something that we're really excited about, because it means that no matter what type of STEM education you're interested in, you can definitely find it in engineering. And I know that science has a lot of great options as well.
Wonderful. And you are located in Ontario.
Yes.
And I would definitely want to know some reasons why Ontario. One that I can tell you is it's that your backyard is full of spectacular provincial and national parks. So that's something from my side. But what else?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit more broadly about Ontario. So Canada is made up of provinces and territories, and Ontario is kind of in the middle. We're not on the east or the west side of Canada, but we're a very big province with cities such as Toronto. There's Ottawa, which is the nation's capital as well. There is, and then our city of Hamilton. So it is a big city in Ontario, and down in the southern end of Ontario, which is where we are, there's a lake called Lake Ontario, and we're at one side of it. And then there's also other universities at different cities along the lake. But it's beautiful, and like Sherry mentioned, the university actually backs onto this gorgeous walking trails and wetlands that eventually does hook up to Lake Ontario. So it's a really great province. It's a really great location in the province. We're only about, I would say, 45-minute bus ride from Toronto, and then there's trains that go to Toronto too. We're close to Niagara Falls. I'm not sure if you've heard of that, but we're only about an hour away from Niagara Falls as well. And then the innovation and technology corridor that stretches all the way from Waterloo to Hamilton down to Toronto is a really great place, not only to do your education, but to pursue your career in as well.
Absolutely, and I'm completely aware that because I saw Niagara from the US side, and I'm told that I missed the better side because I couldn't cross that bridge. Uh, Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, it is important for you to understand that when you are looking at your child's career, there is one mathematical equation that you need to follow. And if I have to give you a mathematical equation, and that will be successful start to a career is equal to great university education plus the zip code. So if your child is in the right zip code, the child will possibly find the right placement and job as well. And that's why Ontario happens to be a great destination for your children to possibly look forward to, considering that some of the finest inventions and discoveries in mankind have also taken place in the region of Ontario. All right, awesome, both of you. Thank you so much for providing that information. I often get this question as a career counselor. I do not know whether you are aware of my my professional expertise, but I'm a career counselor, and I'm the founder of India's biggest parent, student, and educator community called High School Moms. We are about 6 million parents and students today. And I'm often faced with this question: what is this co op? And what kind of co op programs a particular university offers, right? So, if you can just simplify it for the audience in India, what do you mean by co op? And what kind of co op programs do you offer?
Okay, let me jump in. So co-op means it's a cooperative work experience. So it is part of your degree if you are in a co-op program. A general degree honors is 4 years. Co-op adds 1 year, at least in science, to your degree, and you get 16 months of paid work experience. So that is broken up within your degree. So like you're here for your first 2 years just doing regular schooling. And then in the fall of your third year, you're still in school. And then starting in January, so the winter term of your third year through the summer, so for 8 months, you go and you work somewhere. So that could be 2 different work placements for 4 months each, or a full 8-month work term somewhere. This is paid, and it can be anywhere. We had a student a couple of years ago who found a job in Paris, France. So off she went to France, and then that company had a sister company in Madagascar. So she did her second 8 months in Madagascar. And she was kind enough to bring me back this lemur that she got in Madagascar. Not that I'm advocating bringing back gifts, but that's fine. So it's, and then yes, you come back for your 4th year, do a full 4th year, and then you go work again in the summer, the winter, the fall, and then you can come back and finish your last term of school. So it's total 5 years, but it's 16 months of paid work, and it could be anywhere. It could be on campus. If you've got family you haven't seen in Australia, then you can go to Australia and work there. It doesn't matter, but it's work experience. You get paid, and you can be in up to 4 different placements, and just find out what you like. Co-op is a wonderful experience. Like, you think you want to be a lab student, lab work, you go work in a lab, like, you know what, this is not what I want. This is good news. This is good to know, so that you know to focus your studies elsewhere. But we absolutely advocate for co-op. It's a wonderful program, and we have 13 different co-op programs depending on which, like, we have life sci, we have math, actuarial, financial, physics, biology. It's all the different science programs that we have. There is a co-op that you can do as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And we also have co-op in engineering, and it's very similar to science in the fact that it's always a paid internship or co-op work experience. In the Faculty of Engineering, actually, one of our programs is mandatory co-op, our Bachelor of Technology program, and the other 3 are co-op optional. The structure works a little bit differently in engineering. You can do it in smaller terms if you can break it up a little bit more, or you can do it in a longer term, as Sherry mentioned, in the Faculty of Science. So it does work similarly, but you can break it up a bit differently for a minimum of 12 months and then a maximum of 28 months of co-op experience. If you do want to do lots of co-op, you can as well. So it's available for, like science, it's available for all our programs in engineering. And we do really recommend it as a great way, as Sherry said, to get that work experience and to learn more about what you might like to do in your career.
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, let me tell you one thing as a career counselor. Any program in today's time, if it does not involve experiential learning, if it does not involve hands-on learning, or a part of the program does not involve where your child is able to go and practice in real world the concept learned at the university, then it possibly is not fulfilling the requirements of the future. And that's why Canada happens to be a great destination where universities offer this cooperative working program called Co-op. And if you are interested in providing your child and students, if you're listening to me, if you're interested in trying your hands in the real world while you're studying at the campus and make some money, maybe not much, but make some money to sustain yourself, in terms of your own activities. Co-op is a wonderful way to look at it. And while I say this to almost 425 people listening to us right now, it is also imperative for me to tell you, whoever has joined in now, that we are in conversation with McMaster University, Canada, located in a beautiful 300-acre campus. And we are in conversation with Sherry and Aline from McMaster University. All right, both of you, my next question to you is, on the side of that both of you have been McMaster students, alums, and take me through the student experience. Are there clubs, associations, activities for my students to come and engage in? Because I don't want a child to go to only study. I want a child to go and live each and every moment of his life for the next 4 years at the campus, because these are those beautiful 4 years which do not come back once you start earning. So, so help me understand a little bit about the student experience at McMaster.
For sure, yeah. So I can talk a little bit and then hand it over to Sherry. So the student experience at McMaster is amazing. I can say that from personal experience and from experience in the Faculty of Engineering recruiting. So kind of both sides. You know, clubs and I like to say, this is what I say for all McMaster students. I was like, if you're interested in a club or a team, if it doesn't already exist here, which it probably does because there are hundreds and hundreds of clubs and teams, you can start it. So, anything that you might be interested in to enhance that experiential learning and that experiential education, McMaster is a fantastic place to do that. There are clubs in the MSU, that's the McMaster Student Union. I played indoor soccer, or football. I played outdoor soccer / football. I played in a band. I joined social impact clubs and teams. There are technical clubs and teams. In the Faculty of Engineering alone, there are over 60 specific engineering clubs and teams that you can do as well. So just the breadth of experience you can get at McMaster outside of the classroom is incredible. And I'll wrap it up also by saying that you're also going to get that experiential learning inside the classroom as well. McMaster is really great for providing those project-based, problem-based experiences right within your courses. We have students working with actual companies and doing, projects, real-world projects right from the first year and right in the classroom. So if you're looking for that type of experiential, hands-on, experience in and out of the classroom, I'd say McMaster is a great choice.
Wonderful. Sherry?
Yeah, I just want to throw in that we have over 300 clubs just on campus, and like saying, if there isn't a club here, you can start it yourself. But there's if you like cooking, there's a cooking club. If you like wall climbing, because we have a rock wall that you can climb. There's every sport. If you're not say you like playing something like dodgeball, but you're not the best, you can join an intramural. So it's just for fun. We also have actual sports teams. Competitive, there's swimming, there's all kinds of stuff to do on campus. If you want something to do, you can find a club to join. You can, it also helps if you go up higher in the leadership of the club, then you can use this on your resume. It's good experience. We have a lot of, there's presidents of all the clubs, there's co-presidents, there's, there's the accounting, there's treasurer, there's all kinds of things that you can do within the club, along with, being a part of any of the clubs. And Elaine is saying, all our programs, there's an experiential component. It's usually a degree requirement that you have to check off. A couple different courses you can take, but there's lots of things. We're really involved in trying to get students in community involvement. So they go out, they do projects within the community, and so you're absolutely getting experiential. Even if you don't do a co-op, you're still getting that as part of your degree.
Wonderful. And let me tell you that we recently launched something called High School Moms Student Club, which is called GUIDE, GIDE. And the day we launched it, it is India's only inter-school high school student club. The day we launched it, we got 3,000 applications. And it also has a huge student council, 53-member student council representing every nook and corner of our huge country. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's very important to get engaged in activities at the campus. It is not just because you want your child to become employable. It also helps a child define his or her character. Let me come to one more question. I'm an alum of University of California, Los Angeles, and in our university we used to have mascots, Joe Brune and Josephine Brune, and they're to put it simply, they're teddy bears. But we take pride in calling ourselves Brunes. What is McMaster's mascot, and what does it stand for?
We are the McMaster Marauders. I'm trying to find, it's like an eagle looking like bird thing. I don't know if he has a name. He might. I'm not sure what it is. But McMaster, what do we stand for? It's a fun place. I don't know. It's very hype. He's out at events. He's the Marauder.
Yes. I remember we used to have little stuffed marauders, the little eagles with their McMaster shirts that we used to bring with us, which they're really fun. It's a great mascot. Yeah.
Awesome. We do have a question from one of the candidates right here who has access to our StreamYard, Shobit Jain. And Shobit is asking, what are the scholarship opportunities for the undergrad students, especially for the engineering. So would you be able to help me with that, Eileen?
For sure, absolutely. So there are a couple different scholarship opportunities we can talk about. So it's going to depend on your program and your faculty that you're applying to, but you can also apply to multiple programs and faculties at McMaster. So there's lots of different options. The first one I'll talk about is automatic entrance awards. So those are based on your final admissions average. So there's automatic awards that you would be looked at based on grades. And we have university-wide scholarships for international students, including the Provost Award. So that is a great international scholarship as well. And then in addition to that, there's faculty-based scholarships. So in the Faculty of Engineering, we have over $1 million in entrance awards, and it's application-based, and it is awarded based on an application that will open in the winter, and then we review all of our applicants and assign awards based on what you would be eligible, along with research awards as well. So there's a couple different opportunities. As I mentioned, there's automatic awards, there's faculty-based awards, and then there's university-wide awards. There's dedicated awards for international students, which is really great. We also have, other different aspects of aid and awards, like there's a work program that international students are eligible for starting the summer after first year and above. There's an international student work opportunity program, again, which is a part-time opportunity for part-time work opportunity for international students. There are, bursaries, and you can check our website to see the eligibility requirements for international students. But there are lots of different great opportunities for scholarships and funding at McMaster. And I highly suggest you check out the university website and the faculty websites as well.
Wonderful. Take me through the application deadlines for McMaster for this year. I understand you are in Ontario, so you must be accepting OUAC, which should ideally start around 1st of October, maybe 15th of October, something like that. How about direct applications deadlines? If you can give some information on that front.
Yeah, I believe our direct entry, usually they're due by February the 1st. It does open mid-October, I think, and then it's open. We have two of our programs require, just the one, sorry. We have 3 direct entry programs, MedRad, ISci, which is an integrated science. It has a supplementary application. So that is grades plus your supplementary application that is due by February the 1st. KIN does not have a supplementary application. So that's just grades. But yes, that would be our only deadline. I think otherwise, I want to say it's just February 1st. April 1st is for 105 students. I think that's different. But I'm going to go with February 1st for incoming first-year students.
Wonderful. And help me understand in terms of engineering and in terms of sciences, what is the kind of fee structure in Canadian dollars per year we are expecting the tuition fee at McMaster?
Yeah, so I can start by talking a little bit about the Faculty of Engineering. So any fees that we mentioned today, just note that they're the fees for this cycle. So that would be the 2021-2022 cycle, and that they will be subject to change for next cycle, which would be the 2022-2023 cycle. What we definitely recommend is do your research, do your exploring now, but then next spring, make sure you're checking for the updated fees for that academic cycle. But I can let you know in the Faculty of Engineering for this cycle, the fees ranged from about 40 to 60,000 Canadian for the full year of tuition. So that's tuition, and how it's done at McMaster is it's done by the unit. So so you have like a cost per unit for international visa students, and then a typical course is 3 units, but sometimes courses are more units. It could be 6 or 13 or 10. But you are paying by the unit. So our different programs have different number of units in each year. So BTech, for example, is 30, whereas engineering is 37. So that's just a little bit about how calculating tuition works. There's a great website called the Cost Estimator, which I definitely recommend you check out. I think if you just Google like McMaster Cost Estimator, and then you can input, for example, your status, like visa student, your faculty, part-time, full-time, if you want to live in residence, that sort of thing. And then it gives you, an estimated value for your tuition and your other costs as well. that's a little bit of a broad overview about how tuition works and then the Faculty of Engineering tuition rates for this year.
Awesome. I also would want to understand on the front of residence, what are the kind of residence options McMaster provides, and is it only for the entry level students, or do you even provide residence for the senior years?
So most residence spots available are for first year students. There are, I think Bates residence is just for upper year students, levels 2 to 4. There are some upper level spots in the other residences, but primarily it's just level 1 students are in there. There is a lot of housing nearby, like on just off campus. It's within walking distance, lots of housing, so lots of students will live off campus. So you meet your friends in first year, and then you find a group of 4 of you to live together. So there's lots of housing available. Most residences are guaranteed with, I want to say the average is about, it used to be 85. I don't know if it's gone up or not. You're a guaranteed resident. So, but again, most students will live in residence in first year. There's a bunch of different options. You could live like in a single room. You could be in doubles. I don't know with COVID now if they're still doing doubles and triples, but they up to 4 in a room, but those are very rare. It's mostly 1s and 2s, and certainly all the new residences are mostly just 1 student per room.
Wonderful, Sherry. Thank you so much for sharing that information. Before I ask you my last couple of questions to both of you, I have a couple of announcements to make. Is that okay with you guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, yesterday we had an amazing, yesterday and day before yesterday, we had 2 amazing events in person in Gurgaon, and things are now coming back to normal. I met 42 head of schools and school counselors on an event at Weston, hosted by us. And yesterday I met over 400 parents and students at Taj City Center in Gurgaon. And now I'm coming to Punjab. So Punjab, get ready for amazing sessions by me and by other people in the industry. We are coming to Amritsar, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, and Chandigarh, starting our road tour from 17th of this month. So I really look forward to see you. Another announcement that I want to make is that if you have, if your kids have not joined HSM Student Club, then they are really missing out on all the activities, international research programs, internships, certificate workshops, and competitions being brought to you by High School Moms in association with various leading universities of the world. And these are absolutely free for your children to participate in. So go ahead and join the HSM Student Club for some amazing profile building activities, which will really develop your child holistically. My last 2 questions to both of you are, one is on the front of, you took me through the student experience, you took me through the scholarships, you took me through the co-op options available. If I have to ask you, as a student, as a previous student at McMaster, what is that one thing that really resonated with you individually, and what would you like to tell the audience?
Yeah, I think I would say the community. Like it's palpable, the McMaster community. Like you come to campus and you're like, yes, this is home. This feels good. This feels right. Everyone is so friendly. Like if you're lost, you could ask anyone. They could be a student, a staff, a faculty member, an alumni, and they would be like, absolutely, let me help you. It's just a really special feeling. It felt like home for me, and it felt like somewhere where I wanted to be. And clearly I wanted to be there enough that I would I guess I want to come back, right? So it's just a really special place. It feels like home. And the community is really warm no matter where you are on campus. It's a really special feel.
Awesome. Sherry, do you want to add something?
A lot of community, like honestly, the friendships that I made, I'm still friends with, a lot of my classmates. And this is, before Facebook, before I date myself too much, but email was just coming in when I was doing my first degree. So the fact that we were able to all keep in touch, we all help each other. Some classes are easy, some are harder. You work together. It's, you're in this together. We all work together to get all of us through. and like your profs are nice, the TAs are helpful. Like it's a very, we all want everyone to do well. So help is certainly available if students need it. Like, there's tutoring services, you talk to your TA, there's so much help available. We've got a hospital on campus, there's a health center, there's, for all kinds of, if you've got any, if you need any counseling, student success center, there's so much here to help students, and it's a great place to be. I'll tell you, I came here and I stayed, and that's, I think that's a
very strong statement. That's a very powerful statement. I came here and I stayed, and that speaks volumes. And both of you are now even working with McMaster, so I completely resonate that you definitely found it home. I have a question from one of the audience here, and I would definitely want you to answer. Is genetic engineering offered at McMaster?
That's a great question. Yeah. So I can talk about some options in the Faculty of Engineering, and then I know that there are options in the Faculty of Science as well. So we don't have genetic engineering as a specific stream, as a specific program, but you could study genetic engineering within all of, many of the other disciplines that we offer. Some of the ones that I will highlight is our biotechnology. That's one of our BTech programs, and it's a direct entry program. So you start right into biotechnology. So that could be a great option for you. And then for our engineering program, we have 10 different disciplines, including one that I'll highlight, which is chemical engineering and bioengineering, which is another really great option as well. We have biomedical engineering, we have engineering physics, we have, lots of different ways that you could study genetic engineering within the faculty. So that's from the Faculty of Engineering perspective.
And in the Faculty of Science, we have a program called Honors Molecular Biology and Genetics. So that is our most specific genetics program. We have, certainly students will take genetics as a course in many different degree programs, but Honors Mol Bio and Genetics is certainly the closest you would get to genetic engineering. So it's not specifically engineering because it's engineering because we're in science, but we do have Honors Molecular Biology and Genetics. It is a limited enrollment program. It starts in level 2. But so we do like a general first year, we call them the gateways. There's 4 different gateways you would come into. And the idea of the gateways is that you can be in any one of the different gateways, but if you take the right courses in level 1, you can be eligible for many of our level 2 programs. So that would start in level 2, and Mol Bio is certainly a choice.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sherry and Aline, for answering all my questions. And we are completely running out of time, but I will try and connect with you over LinkedIn and try and understand more about McMaster so that I can guide all my followers of high school moms here. But thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, that's Sherry and Aline from McMaster University, Canada. And if you are considering sending your child to Canada, then McMaster should be among one of your top choices where you actually consider. So go ahead and research more about McMaster. Figure out more information, write emails to their team people, and I'm sure they'll be very happy to answer. Thank you to both of you. Have a great day ahead. Have a great week ahead. And it's great to have people joining from Canada and talking about their country and their university. And we look forward to engage with you in near future as well. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.